Okay, this is the Southeast Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, all the way up to Fort Pierce, Melbourne area. This is your tropical forecast from someone who lives in the area, who's been through hurricanes, who doesn't want one to come here, who isn't paid off by Publix or Home Depot, who can tell you what he thinks is actually going to happen. Here we go. This is the Weather Underground uh, cone here. Now, I've been thinking for a long time that the hurricane can perhaps hit in some of the rarer spots. There's a spot here that hasn't been hit by a hurricane in a long time. Alachua. No, this place right here. Yes. Apalachicola hasn't been hit by a hurricane in a long time. So I've been thinking this is really the spot where it's going to hit. Just because, you know, they've been preparing for it for a long time. It might as well hit here. They'll probably be ready for it, and it'll be fine. So back to the now. This is interesting because yesterday I was watching the models, and seeing what the models say. And this is the European model. Okay, so the European model, here goes Ian. Here's what they think it's going to do. So that L is Ian, and they think it's gonna like start tracking, basically due north. I don't know. So here goes Ian. This is already passed. Now they think it's going to still track over western Cuba. It's barely going to lose any pressure going over western Cuba, according to them. I don't believe that part of the forecast that they're putting out right here is that look at the millibars as it goes over Cuba. And it really doesn't lose anything. It kind of stays stable. I think that if this storm goes over western Cuba, it's going to lose a lot of power, but it could gain it very quickly on the other side because we've seen that with Hurricane Charlie, and we've seen that. It just depends on other things. Now, let's look up here. Here we see a big high pressure system. It looks pretty serious, building north of us. So we see this low pressure, this kind of cold snap. Here goes Fiona. Fiona's going up here. But look at this high pressure system. It's coming out of Canada. It's coming out of the Shield lands. And look at that. We have this huge, deep, high pressure system building over uh, the Midwest. I think that's going to tend. If you look at this model here, I see no reason why this is not getting steered westward at this point and going maybe into Mobile, Alabama, or Gulfport, or even New Orleans. That's the way I would see it. So that is uh my assessment of the situation so far. But I'm going to keep making updates because people keep asking me. So I'm just going to put the videos out, and then I'm just going to show them the video and tell them to leave me alone. So we'll